Okay, so we've come up to our little garden now, and this is one of the beds. We do them in rows, and the rows actually have timber logs on either side, which we also cover. That's again to keep the moisture in and to help the breaking down process of the log. And after rain, you do get to see little mushrooms start to pop out from the edges of some of these logs, and I pop them on the Instagram account from time to time. So we're having a layering system here of organic matter, whatever cover crops we can find. So this is just some local eucalypt that I've cropped and dropped. Some of the cassava leaves, popping them down as well. More leaves, there's twigs. Under that, when we first set up the bed, we started with a good layer of mushroom compost and then put sugarcane mulch on top and then the leaves on top of that. So lots of different elements that are providing different nutrients to go into the soil to feed all those microorganisms. And if you come and have a look at this, you're starting to get that similar quality of what we saw down in the forest. Now this is soil that's been growing since about October of last year, yeah? So in a few years' time, this will be a lot richer, a lot denser, and a lot more like that forest we were looking at. When you get a bit further down, it's more just your straight soil that you started with, but the layering is happening. So you can see that we are literally building soil.
Do you just use one type of mulch, and how often do you do it?
Okay, good question. So mulch as often as you can. Definitely come and check to make sure that things are still moist and cool on this floor, the same as they feel in the forest. If you've had a lot of wind and sun and high summer, you need to be going harder with the mulch, preferably fresh green, because there's a lot more moisture in your fresh green than in a bought mulch that's already dried out. If you're getting a lot of rain, obviously that's going to give you a bit more time in between, but ultimately you're not thinking about mulch as just something to cover soil, and then when that mulch is disintegrated, it's time to cover the soil again. You're seeing it as food. You're feeding the soil, you're feeding the organisms in the soil, you're feeding the placenta of the garden. And so we do include a lot of cover crops in the growing system. So things like these pigeon peas, once they've cropped, all of this can get dropped back onto the floor. The cassava, when we go to harvest that, all these leaves just get snapped off, they go back down. We're growing things like comfrey, we're growing elephant grass, we're putting in young eucalypts that as they start to grow taller, we can chop and drop those as well. So you grow your mulch, you grow the food to feed the soil feeds you.